Alright guys, time for a vlog because I'm supposed to vlog to keep update what's going on in my life a few times a year. So I don't know if I'm having like my midlife crisis or kind of thing. Midlife crisis, whatever that's called. But I did buy tickets already to go back to Japan, so I guess I do have a bit of the travel bug or the escape from reality kind of bug, whatever you want to call it. So what do I plan on doing when I get back to Japan? Well, I guess to get this out of the way, um, besides going to Japan too, I would like to visit other countries. But for Japan, things that I would like to do is I still never found any fucking cats when I was in Japan. So I know I didn't get to go to Ikebukuro. I guess someone was telling me that in Ikebukuro they have a cat shrine or some shit like that. So I'd like to visit that. Maybe I'll visit Kyoto or something one of those, or I should visit something else, right? Something more historically relevant and relevant, relevant. I'm forgetting English. Again, my English isn't very good. Food wise, I actually didn't try ramen last time I was in Japan. I know that sounds kind of weird, but the day we went to go get ramen is one of the days I was sick, so I didn't eat much. I would like to try some other other cliche things. I'd love to give takoyaki another try. Everything deserves a second or a third chance, right? Because I wasn't too big of a fan of takoyaki the first time and second time I tried, but someone was saying that Gindako is a good place to go, so and you can try different flavors there for pretty cheap. So I'll give it one more shot. I said before the pancakes were so fucking amazing, dude, because I don't even like pancakes, and I like the pancakes in Japan. So I would like to go to actually a pancake place, period, right? I'm not too horny about spending $10 for a pancake, but Japan pancakes have impressed me that much that I think I'm gonna go to just a pancake shop, period. Other things, other random here and there foods I probably should try a little bit of, and gotta give me that fucking more of that tiramisu. And I said I wasn't too impressed with Wendy's, but speaking of like kind of cliche American fast food that's in Japan, I didn't get to try the ebi shrimp fillet or whatever the fuck that is, that shrimp fillet in Japan. They were out of it whenever I went to the McDonald's. I'll probably try to try that. Other cliche foods maybe I'll try a Burger King or a KFC. Maybe I think they have like a thing called the Freshness Burger, Moss Burger. What are the other places they had? I forget. Like I said, I'd like to try a little bit of different stuff too, but I know it sounds crazy, but the most horny thing I am is to try more of the food, dude. I really want to do it. So I'm going back to Japan in the fall, right? So that's I already bought the tickets for that. So that's one of my plans of things that are going on in life right now. I know man, one of the things too is like I'm trying to get excited about going back to Japan, and to people that watch my channel or know me, one of the most frustrating things is when I was going to school for Japanese is when I had all that dying stuff that was going on, and I was never able to finish Japanese. I was like a class away or whatever from graduating, but my level is way below that now, right? So it was very frustrating when I was in Japan and my Japanese was so bad. And it's always because I do want to practice, but one of the things that happened after, that dying stuff, and I had a really bad collapse in 2010 is I'm actually stupider now. I've said this before. I can't read as well as I used to be able to read, and it's just really hard to practice. It sucks being stupid, right? Like a lot of people, again, my haters or whatever, they watch video game videos, they think that I play video games all day. People don't realize, again, some things you just have like a natural talent in life. When I was winning video game tournaments, it was not something like I was playing video games all day, dude. Like I still don't know how, people say they play video games 8 hours a day. I don't even think I've ever even played like an RPG 8 hours a day. I don't think I've ever done that, you know what I mean? So I don't know how people, let alone multiple days. I can't even think of one day I've ever played video. I'm probably sure I probably have played some RPG or something, but I couldn't even tell you offhand. But you know what I mean? But certain things you just have like more of a natural talent in life, right? And so I guess I have a little bit of a raw skill in video games, right? Um, but I can tell you certain things I'm pretty stupid at is fucking my brain is not fucking smart, dude. So I've never been good at Japanese language learning, and especially after I got sick. So it's frustrating because I do feel like I'm gonna go back to Japan, and I just am not gonna be as good as I would like to be. And I said one of the things I was surprised is just how bad. Like, because some people say that when you go to Japan, people know English or whatever, they can understand. No, the people are very fucking friendly, but their English was way worse than I thought they would be. And whenever I would start to speak a little bit of Japanese, they thought I was actually fluent, and they would speak way too fast for me, right? So it was just brain fucked, right, dude? You know what I mean? So I mean, like I said, the story I told is one of the first things like a Japanese girl said to me. She's like, "Enta," and I was like, "Dude, what?" And she's like, "Enta," and I was like, "Oh fuck, dude." You know what I mean? I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Enter," and she's like telling me to enter, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is a fucking bad sign, dude." Anyway, besides Japan though, so that's something I'm kind of looking forward to, or I am looking forward to. Of course, I'm only going to go for a couple of weeks though, because again, health stuff. I just don't think it's safe to travel for more than a couple of weeks at a time. I know I've gotten messages. I know this one girl messaged me like, "Oh, are you feeling better since you've been in Japan, since you were traveling and everything like that?" And she's kind of like, I kind of consider her kind of like a hippie, spiritual kind of chick. And some people have these kind of vibes, right? And I'm not trying to like, not saying this like in a negative way per se, but I think some people like they think the mind over matter thing, like they don't get it. It's like, dude, there's like no mind over matter shit when you're fucking sick your whole life, dude. The mind over matter shit for me is that have forced myself to work out when I've been really fucked up sometimes. I've pushed myself very hard throughout my life, throughout all the bad situations. That has not stopped me from being sick. Just like when I was in Japan, there were days I was sick, dude. You know what I mean? I'm sick all the fucking time, dude. There are days I didn't really do much, right? Just like when I got back, dude, I've been sick, dude. Like, so there's no like, hey, I was in a good mood, but it doesn't matter if you're in a good mood. If you're fucked up, you're fucked up, dude. So there's no mind over matter kind of shit like that, right? So anyway, of course, I would love to travel to other countries too. One of the most shitty things that happened, or if you think about hindsight, is when my pictures were really being stolen on the internet a lot from the catfishing stuff, is when my health was really getting bad again, right? That year before Pokemon Go, when I was collapsing, having trouble walking and even standing and moving around again. You know what I mean? For like 4 months, right? People were, helping take care of me. Helping, it's depressing to even talk about. That was a scary time in my life again. But you know what I mean? So, but around that time, lots of people were stealing my pictures again, right? And so I got to meet a lot of people from all over the world. But of course, I couldn't travel at that time. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, a lot of those people you've lost contact with, and a lot of those people you meet, which I'll get into in a bit, a lot of those people you meet from, say, like I said, like Interpose or on the internet are kind of I have a piece of hair in my mouth. About, a lot of people you meet from the internet are kind of like crazy sometimes. Like, here's the thing. I feel like, and again, everything that happens to me, ultimately the common denominator is me, right? I understand that, for better or worse, right? But I think a lot of times when people think that, oh, someone's on the internet a lot, there must be something wrong with them, like crazy wise, right? Which, of course, I've met so many fucking crazy people. I've had stalkers from other countries, and just look at the fucking video game community with the video game community. How fucking stalkers the fucking video game communities. Like, what is that? Like, what was that some dudes were like posting on my YouTube recently? Like, they're like, "Oh yeah, Clayton, why don't you prove where someone has ever said not to watch your videos or try to get people to not watch your videos?" And it's like, dude, people have made up that I lied about being sick. People have tried to say that I hate gay people, and I've told them they'll kill themselves. I mean, look at all this crazy bull. People say I've done this and this. Like, that's not trying to get people to not watch my videos, dude. Like, dude, that's like completely fucked up and weird, dude, right? So, anyway, um, even like just like God, so many fucking delusional people I think about with some of the hobbies that I'm into. But so anyway, like those are fucking. How can you not say that's fucking crazy? It's so fucking weird, dude. It's fucking creepy weird, dude, right? But so some people think like, well, why are you on the internet? Like, I'm like, people don't get like I'm on the internet a lot, dude, because I'm fucking sick, dude. And when you're sick, you don't get to go out all the time, dude. That's life, dude. You know what I mean? It's not like I want to be on there. Like, admittedly, I am a nerd, right? But I like doing stuff too, but I just can't always do stuff, right? So, I mean, I think that's where, something like, man, it, that's a weird part about trying to make friends on the internet because people that are on the internet a lot of times they do kind of fucking have like mental problems, right? I'm not trying to like belittle someone that's like fucking bipolar or manic depressive or some shit, but you know what I mean? Some of these dudes got fucking mental problems, right? You know what I mean? So some of these people just are not fucking safe to meet up with, right? You know, so but man, I could tell you so many fucking crazy stories. But yeah, no, I would love to go to other countries, but again, I mean, if you're talking about like best case scenario would be God again, but it's not like realistic. If I could take like a month off and do something like go east, go to something like maybe somewhere in the UK, then Turkey, you know, then Paris or whatever is more east, then Russia, then go to Japan, then go down to Australia, then kind of come back to America, like make my way east or something. But you know, that would take like a fucking month, I'm sure, to make it worthwhile, dude. So, you know, that's kind of like hard to do. Um, so I don't know. I'm gonna go to Japan for a couple of weeks. I want to plan these other countries. Like I said, I've actually saved like $10,000 to do a lot of this stuff. So, but I gotta kind of try to like gotta split it up into blocks and try to find people that are cool to meet. And man, I get to, you know, I don't know. I gotta like do it while I still kind of it's still worthwhile. You know what I mean? I feel like I have to I gotta travel while it still might mean something in my life, right? So I don't know. And then who knows how many miles are gonna get put on this fucking credit card, this Delta fucking card. Maybe I'll get a fucking few trips out of that or some bullshit, right? You know what I mean? But who knows? That's the plan. So already going back to Japan. Like I said, I'd like to go to some other these other countries, but it's so hard to plan with these. You know, some people are so fucking flaky, and I've talked about this before. I understand the idea, but when you try to plan things, especially with like girls, and I understand it because there's this idea that you want it to be like romantic and have that spontaneous adventure, but sometimes when you talk to people like this, it kind of feels like you can only meet if you have sex. And like I'm down if someone's cool and they're good looking, I don't mind having sex, right? You know, but when it's like when it feels like you have to do it, that's weird. I mean, fuck, dude. I mean, if that was the case, I could be a fucking escort or a gigolo already, fucking easily enough, right, dude? I mean, but you know, so I don't know. That's kind of my plan. I'm gonna try to travel. You know what I mean? I really want to try to do something next year and a half or so, right? Because it's almost already the halfway point of the year, right? What might be a funny story I haven't told from Interpals recently? Because here's just a crazy story, right? So I made an Interpals account again, right? So I remember my pictures used to get stolen on the sites like Interpose a lot when a few years ago, right? And I got banned for stealing a celebrity's pictures for being a fake celebrity, which just shows you how much my pictures have been stolen, I guess, right? But anyway, I proved it was me. I was like, dude, I can send in any picture. I can show it's me, dude. You know what I mean? No problem, right? You know what I mean? They're like, oh, so it's not you. I sent in videos and like, no, it's not you, right? Which is, how the fuck do I fake a video saying me, the date, and all this kind of shit, right? Whatever the case, right? That kind of makes you think, oh, the moderators there must as well be stealing my pictures, you know what I mean, to get people naked or whatever, scam other people, whatever you might want to call it. And so, backtracking a bit, weird story. When I first made an Interpals, after all this catfishing shit was happening, there used to be this old dude that used to message me, right? He used to talk about how he likes to hold fucking people, right? Totally not gay, right? And I'm like, and he used to tell me, it's like, oh, I heard that you're sick. I found out you're sick, whatever he said. And he's like, and I have one of my dreams in life now is now to hold you and make you feel better. And my wife is totally okay with it. And I'm like, dude, I appreciate the thought, but that's fucking gay, dude. And I'm not gay. You know what I mean? But thank you. And he's just trying to tell me he's not gay, whatever. And he's trying to tell me, oh, I bring in other people from other countries and I've held them too. It's not a big deal. So that kind of makes me think he's like, these like dudes from other countries are like, God, get me out of this fucking poor country. Let this old dude fucking hold me with his fucking boner up my butt, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know, whatever. Maybe it's totally innocent. Maybe he's just fucking holding you. I don't know. Sounds pretty fucking gay to me though. But whatever the case, he's always asking me where I would live, and I never told him, right? But anyway, so I made a new Interpose account, right? And this one girl had messaged me And she had asked where I live, and I told her like a fake city, right? So a little bit after that, then this old guy messaged me again. He's like, "Oh, it's you, Clayton. What's up? You're back, whatever." He's like, "How are you?" Blah blah blah. He's like, "Do you still live in so and so city?" And I'm like, "So and so city." I'm like, "What the fuck is this guy talking about?" Right? And I'm like, "Oh my god, dude, it's the city I just told this girl, right, dude?" And I'm like, "How the fuck do you know that fake city I just told this girl, right, dude?" He's like, "Oh, it's not like that, blah 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 blah." He's like, "But if you don't care about me, I'm just gonna move on to the others." So the weird story about that is basically now I'm thinking that like the higher ups on Interpose, because he's been on Interpose, he's like a higher up or some bullshit, he's been there since the beginning or some fucking bullshit. I think they actually read people's messages there. Because first of all, how the fuck are you gonna ban me and say that I'm a fake celebrity, stealing a celebrity's pictures? Total fucking bullshit. And then how the fuck are you gonna know other cities that I've told other people? Because I don't think the girl I was talking to, I don't think it was like him pretending to be a girl to talk to me. I think it was a legitimate person. I think the moderators and administrators there just read your fucking messages there, dude. I think it's totally possible, dude. Because I know I've gotten warnings. I've turned down girls before trying to get like shit from me, and then I've gotten warnings for turning them down. I've got so much fucking weird shit from them. Whatever. Like I said, I've gotten so much weird shit. I mean, look at the shit the video game community does to me. I mean, if anyone can't believe what a fucking weird life I have, look at these fucking losers from the video game community makeup that I made up being sick. And now I got people trying to say I stole things from other people, and it's like, dude, the dates are there, dude. You know what I mean? I just can't believe. Oh, so fucking creepy, dude. I mean, do you ever think like? I mean, the world's a crazy place, right? And again, I realize that the common denominator is me. There's many good things that happen to me. A lot more bad things happen to me, dude. But man, I think about the fucking crazy people that I've had, if you can even call them interactions within my life. And I'm like, dude, do you realize these people literally like, do you realize like when you're walking down the middle of the street, or I think about when I was playing video games as a kid, some of these people I've beat in tournaments that still make up lives. Like, do you realize these people literally have like fucking mental problems? Like they're not all there. And even not just video. I just think that's so crazy. Where it's like, man, fucking some of these people are fucking mental, dude. That's a fucking scary thought, dude, right? You think about how fucking crazy some people are, dude. But anyway. So yeah, I'm gonna try to travel. That's kind of what the plans are. Maybe I'll just turn my YouTube into a food blog because I'm really looking forward to the food. I gotta try. Hopefully my camera. Maybe I'll get a better camera, or hopefully my selfie stick at least doesn't break this time, so I can like film it a little bit, so I can try to make a few bucks off it this time, dude. Right? You know what I mean? As for video game wise, I would love to do. If there was video game stuff to do, dude, but there's just, I can't. I don't want to do video game shit just to do it, dude. So. I don't want to be one of those dudes that do stuff just to do it. I like being the dude that does stuff that no one else has done before, right? So that's why video game stuff is slow, and if it ever picks up again, who knows, right? But that's always been me. Otherwise, other health stuff, it's kind of boring to talk about health now. So no, there's nothing good to talk about health-wise going on lately. So life is what it is. I've even thought about trying to go back to school again, but because I was like, I get a little bit of that urge. Maybe I should try to finish my Japanese degree, but how would I finish? I'm just so not as good as I used to be. And the one thing I had over other people was that even though my speaking was shit, I could just read so much more than other people because, I used to play video games, but now my reading is not as good, and I can't write as much. So I don't even know if I would have to go to school, if I'd have to get a doctor's note about my hands. You know what I mean? Because I'm way past, ugh, I would not be able to write as all that stuff all again. So would I have to get like a doctor's note? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Life is scary. What are you gonna do in life, right? A lot of times you just feel like, even traveling, it's like, man, do I just spend this all $10,000 that I have in just a year or two traveling and just waste it all, and then what, right? I mean, I have more money in the bank besides that, right? But I mean, I have to be at least a little bit fucking responsible, right? As a human fucking being, I guess. You know, that's one of the things too. I feel like, am I being responsible just because I'm holding out that one day I'm going to get better? And that's why I think too, well, you know, I mean, that's kind of why it's like, we know that's not going to happen, dude. Right? So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with my life. Who knows? Anyway, it's kind of what's going on, I guess. Maybe more vlogs coming up because there's just not much. There's just not a lot of stuff to do video game wise, dude. What am I gonna do, right? Anyway, the end.